Hi, I'm back again with the blue MIDI box, and I've added two new functions that I want to show to you. Just as a reminder, the MIDI box has a MIDI input and a MIDI output and an Arduino that changes the MIDI data that comes in before it goes out again. And it's connected between the keyboard and the sequencer, and the sequencer is sending MIDI data to other synthesizers here in the studio. So the first function is that I can take any note that I'm playing and change its pitch. So what is the magic here? The magic is that we're using pitch bend messages. So every time I press a key, the box sees the note I want to play, and it first sends out a pitch bend that is specific to that note, and then it sends out the note message. This works when you play monophonically, but if you play polyphonically, it all falls down. This is a polyphonic sound now. You can hear how the pitch bend that goes with this message is also bending that note. So everything just gets messed up if you have a polyphonic synthesizer. So it's a simple idea and it's limited, but it's still usable because you can do a lot with just monophonic synths. And the cool thing is, because it uses pitch bends, which are very widely understood by synthesizers, I can use this box and change the pitch of almost any instrument I have here. And the notes I play can get recorded into the sequencer, and then I can play them back and I don't even need the box anymore. So it's a fun thing, I look forward to playing around with it. The other thing is something that lets me play notes in between the notes. Those are the semitones. And those are the notes in between. Those are some notes in between semitones. And this uses the same principle. There's a pitch bend message being sent out before every key press. And this time around, I'm assuming that the pitch bend range is 2 semitones, which is a common value. And if I have some machine that's not set to that, I can usually change the settings so that it becomes 2 semitones. And yeah, but now in an octave, you only get 2 semitones. That's not a lot. So to have more use of the MIDI keyboard range, I can turn this knob and shift the whole keyboard up and down. And just to prove my point that it works with anything, I can just switch to another synthesizer quickly. And now it's in the same funny mode as the other one was. So that's the practical part of the demonstration. If you stick around, I'll head over to the computer so I can show you what it looks like in the MIDI data. Okay, here we are at the computer. I've got the MIDI box hooked up to my MIDI interface, and there's a keyboard going into it. So if I play the keyboard, then you see the notes coming out of the MIDI box. Now, the way pitch bend normally works is that it's designed to give you a smooth action, like a smooth pitch change if you move the lever. And it does that by sending out a fire hose of pitch bend messages. But you don't have to send this many messages to get the synth on the other end to change its pitch. So if we go to the first mode I demonstrated, you see that every time I press a key, we get a note on, but then we get a pitch message right before it. So here's this A2, and I'm now going to turn the knob a bit. And now when I press A2, it sends out this 1280. And press another key, like C3, it goes back to 0, 1280, 0. And well, here's E3, you can pitch it down a bit more. So now you see how the pitch bend jumps around very quickly, and it just one message instead of the normal fire hose. So this is the mode for retuning individual keys. And if I go to the other mode, so this is the mode where we can play pitches in between the normal keys. So this is a C4. I'm pressing E flat on the keyboard, but that worked out as being the neutral position, because you can see here, pitch wheel 0. Now I'm going to press the E next to this E flat. And we still get a C4, but the pitch wheel went up by 682. Now I'm pressing F. We get more pitch bend. And now I pressed F sharp, and the note changed to C sharp. And now we have negative pitch bend. Pressing G. Now the negative pitch bend is less. And it goes up, and here at an A, I'm pressing an A, and we get C sharp 4 with pitch bend 0. So it's just sticking in these pitch bend messages right before the note ons, and that's enough to get the magic pitch change effect. That was it. Thanks for watching.